Tech Band 86. Producer, Bill Freeman. Directed by Steve Hollywood Hastings. Sponsored by Domino's Pizza.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you remain standing for the Louisiana Tech alma mater? And please remain standing after that for the playing of the national anthem to be conducted by Dr. Daniel Pittman, Director of Bands at Louisiana Tech. At center, number 62, Kendall Nelson. At left guard, number 60, Joe Walker. At left tackle, number 69, James Langston. And at tight end, number 88, Joe Moegle. For the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech in offense. At split end, number 4, Matty Noah. At tackle, number 59, Clayton Shoemaker.
Now we present the 1986 Regal Blues, directed by Claire Reedy, performing the theme song from that cartoon classic, The Flintstones.
halftime to closers to the tunes from the original Rocky movie. Here is feature twirler Christy Ogden and Going the Distance.
and Assistant Director of the Louisiana Tech University Marching Band.
Season of the year. We marvel at thy power to transform nature quietly, quickly, with an array of color. We thank you for the special attention given to mothers on the campus of our university this weekend. They have made such faithful sacrifices through the years for their sons and their daughters, particularly in their quest of academic training. We thank you for the privilege of higher education in this country. So many of us owe a profound debt of gratitude to our professors in the college classroom. Help us to recognize daily that the most important lessons we learn are those that pertain to the meaning of life. We thank you for the two great universities represented on the field of play tonight. Bless the teams, bless the players. Help them to realize that there is a perspective of life as well as a perspective of athletics. Give us a vision, our Father, of what this great nation can become. We're thankful for a patriotic emphasis tonight, and for those who have given of their time, their talents, and even made sacrifices for the strength and welfare of this country. May we write a new chapter of American history that shall enable all succeeding generations to find in a more positive way the American dream. How thankful we are, our Father, for our citizenship in a free land. No other country in the world has freedom as such a vital part of its heritage. May we never become careless and apathetic about those privileges that have been bought at such tremendous cost. And our Father, teach us that patriotism is just as honorable as loyalty to a friend or to the family. In Christ's name, amen.
contest for Lincoln Paris, sponsored by the Veterans of Foreign Wars and Security First National Bank. The awards will be presented by Deborah Harris, Louisiana Tech's Teacher in Space, and John Quick, President of Security First National Bank. First, the flag drawing winner. Our winner is Melissa Clark from Ruston Elementary. colors will be taken down the east sideline by the veterans who have joined us this evening, accompanied by members of the Air Force ROTC. Battle Hymn of the Republic. gentlemen, the Spirit of Northwestern Marching Band features the exciting sounds of Chicago with Make Me Smile. Northwestern State University Spirit of Northwestern Marching Band's flying section performed to Chicago's Free. Of Louisiana, and featuring national twirling champion Demi Martin of Port Recovery, Ohio, Northwestern State University Spirit of Northwestern Marching Band concludes tonight's performance with the Chicago finale with You're the Inspiration, Saturday in the Park, 25 or 6 to 4, and Color My World. an E. Give me an L. Give me an O. Give me an N. Give me an S. Demon fans, what's that spell? Louisiana Tech University Band of Pride. Quincy Jones has been a force in American music for many years. His work on the USA for Africa project is a great example of his talent in the music business. The Tech Band now presents the University Majorettes flag line along with the Regal Blues under the direction of Blair Reedy and a Quincy Jones tune from a few years ago. Here is I Know Korea. Ogden from the original Rocky movie. We present for your enjoyment our feature twirler Christy Ogden and Going the Distance. Louisiana Tech University and a prize. And now as the Tech Band forms the traditional Tech floating block T, help us get the Bulldogs going for the second half by joining in Go Dom! the opening theme of Shostakovich and Meyerbeer, the Tech Band presents a theme song familiar to all of you. The names of Fred and Wilma are known to anyone who has watched television since 1960. Along with Pebbles and Dino, they made television history in the longest-running cartoon in prime time. Now we present the University Majorettes and Flag Line performing to the theme song from that cartoon classic, The Flintstones.
Around, let's face it, it's anybody's ball game.
Well, of course, Tech had some real bad turnovers down on their end of the field, and of course, Northeast should be ahead. I'd say another 2 touchdowns. You know, they've outplayed Tech, and Tech has caused their own demise by fumbling the ball so many times. And I think that they ought to be in the halftime saying, look, we're not out of this. We played extremely bad. We had a lot of penalties. We fumbled. We gave the ball up. but we're still in the ball game. We're only 10 points down, and in this day and time when you can move the football, that's not too much.
Well, Tech has got to be feeling a little bit better, Johnny. They went almost a quarter and a half before they got their first down. I think they only ended up with 4 in the first half, but at least the offense started to show some semblance of being able to move the football. It had to be entirely frustrating because Northeast defense was really coming after him. And when Conroy Hines came in, he had a little bit of a rocky start, but he seemed to have maybe a little bit more mobility. I don't know. Garrett got in trouble a few times, but Conroy was able to buy a little time, started moving that pocket a little bit, rolling out left and right, and the young fella, when it looked like they had him a couple of times, he was able to unload the football.
Well, he's going to have to practice next week with someone hanging on him, because it looks like he's made some real key plays with Tech, with the NLU defenders hanging all over him. He's done a magnificent job bringing them out from way down on their end of the field on several key third down plays where it would have been very easy to choke. All of a sudden, he did something. He kind of leadership. He made something happen, got him up out of the field, and all of a sudden they got 3 points on the board. Didn't look very pretty, but it was better than not having any points and not moving the ball at all.
Well, you know, Johnny, in the early going, Tech with those turnovers, the most basic of plays, the center snap. I remember one year, 5 or 6 years ago, when LSU had, I don't know how many of those dropped in the first 3 or 4 ball games. It's kind of like driving your car. You shouldn't have to think about it. And boy, when you do, it really gets to be a problem because you anticipate the problem happening.
Well, that's right. That's how every play starts, and you practice that snap hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, and then to get into a key ball game that means everything like this one, and then to be down and fumble the ball between a quarterback snap between 2 experienced players who played together, it must be disheartening for the coaches, and I'm sure they're going to correct it at the halftime.
We're looking at the Louisiana Tech band under band director Dan Pittman. We're going to see both of these bands perform at halftime. And the Tech band, of course, a good one, resplendent there in their blue and white uniforms. And we'll be looking at the Northeast band in just a few moments. And I understand at the end there's going to be some kind of a patriotic finale, Johnny, featuring both of the bands, and that certainly should be something to see as we look at some of the fans. You know, Johnny, we talked about the weather tonight. We had a pretty good rain here, only cloud within about 10 miles, but boy, it doused the field pretty good about 4:30 or 5 o'clock. We saw some thunderstorms to the north of us. Fortunately, they have gone by. So really, although the field a little bit damp out there, certainly not the quagmire that it could have been had the rain moved in. Now, we're only halfway through, but the way it looks right now, we may be lucky enough to get through the ball game without any more, hopefully.
Well, that's right, Lanny, and I think it's very fortunate that the weather conditions have held up. We saw turnovers even in the conditions that we had here. Had it been raining like it did about 4:30 this afternoon, we may have had a lot more turnovers, and of course the score could get out of control. Here, the score is not such that Tech can't keep to their game plan and get back in the football game. They're not forced to have to pass the football every play to catch up, and so I think that's a big advantage for them to sit down and say, look, we can still use the game plan we worked on all week. You know, let's stick with it. We're not beat yet. We don't have to throw every play, and I think that's important.
We're at halftime, and we'll be back with more halftime activities right after this timeout. Right now, the Northeast University Marching Band, and they're a good one. They're called the Band of Today, and they've got a fine band director also in Mr. Jack White. And we see the Tech band moving in behind them, and we're going to have a real fine, resplendent finish to halftime here as the 2 bands will combine for the last song of the evening, and that'll be coming up here in just a moment. Interesting, Johnny. Boy, the way the first half of this ball game went, you'd think that Northeast would just dominate the statistics, you know, but as we look back at it, they really didn't have to go too far each time they scored, did they? Look at these stats here. Total first downs, Northeast 5, Louisiana Tech 5. Yards rushing, Northeast had 37, Tech had 39. In the passing department, NLU a net of 89. And Tech had 56, so Tech leads, trails in offense by 126 to 95. But, boy, the way things were going, you think it would be much more one-sided than that.
Well, I think you're right. I think the stats are very deceiving. I think Northeast defense has outplayed the Louisiana Tech offense. I think they've done been the controlling factor in the ball game. They've rushed the passer, they put pressure on them, and I think that the stats, in fact, I don't think Tech had a first down until the very last drive. They started on about the 9-yard line. A penalty put them back there, and then they made 3 or 4 of their first downs in that drive there, and the first down passes came on third downs with someone hanging all over their young quarterback, Conroy-Hines. So I think that they've been outplayed. But again, not to repeat myself, they're still in this football game, not very far behind. 10 points is not much.
Johnny, you've played for so many years with LSU and Kansas City. You know how important field position is. It seemed like every time the Tech took over, they were backed up inside their 15, inside their 10. And let's face it, Garrett made one great play there when it looked like NLU had him sacked at about a yard deep, and he turns it into about a 3-yard loss. But as we look at the stats there, this is official now. Northeast with 6 first downs, Tech with 5, 29-23 in the rushing department, 101-75, 130-98, and Tech really kind of evened out the time of possession. But in order for the Bulldogs to have any chance in the second half, Johnny, they're going to have to get out of their end of the field, especially with a young quarterback like Conroy-Hines, an extreme amount of pressure put on him. We may see Garrett start the second half again. We might get a look at Jordan Stanley, but that's going to have to turn around for the Bulldogs to have much of a chance in the second half.
Well, I agree, and it'll be interesting to see who Coach Williams decides to start the second half, whether he gave Garrett a breather, maybe because they were having problems with the snap. Maybe he wanted him to have a little rest. But the surprising thing is that he didn't throw his second quarterback in, who had started 5 or 6 ball games for him, and he went with a virtually untested quarterback, threw him right in there in the midst of the fire, right on the goal line, and he led them to their first 3 points. And it's kind of surprised me of that situation, and I'm very interested to see who he's going to start the second half.
Let's recap the scoring for you. Northeast scored first with 6:12 to go in the first quarter. Garcia kicked a 20-yard field goal, and at that point the Indians led it 3-0. Indians scored again on a 13-yard touchdown pass from Humphreys to Christmas as they moved 3 plays and 14 yards. Christmas with a good move on that play, Johnny, to get it in the end zone. The extra point attempt was good, and it was 10-0. And then with 6:20 to go in the second quarter, Garcia kicked a 43-yard field goal. That made it 13-0. And then a big boost for the Bulldogs as Stover split the uprights from 53 yards out into a slight wind, I might add, Johnny. And that made it 13-3. And that's the way it stands right now as we take a look and go down the field for some of those halftime activities with the Northeast Band, soon to be joined by the band from Louisiana Tech. And, of course, both these fine universities represented tonight by 2 fine bands. Let's pick up some of that music.
NLU Indian football is being presented by Scott Hickson Ford. We're your kind of people. By People's Homestead Federal Bank, making you feel at home. By your Northeast Louisiana Chevy dealers, where the new 350 V8 engine is available at every big 87 Chevy pickup. By the New Star World and USA Today. By Lincoln General Hospital, serving North Louisiana with the finest in medical care. And by T.L. James Construction Company, building a better Louisiana.
Pageantry here at halftime as we see a host of maroon and gold balloons going up from across the way and firecrackers down on the end, John. Quite an extravaganza with a big American flag being unfurled down there by Louisiana Tech and the Northeast Band, and quite a halftime show.
Well, it really is. They've got 2 fine bands. I tell you, the halftime entertainment is just great. It's a pleasure to watch it.
Well, that's coming up from near the Indian Teepee. And we're just about a minute away, and boy, this crowd has really gotten into the ball game as the Northeast Indians come onto the field. They lead it 13-3. Fireworks in the end zone, Johnny, and we've had some on the field too in the first half. Boy, mostly defensively. Both teams have really done a great job defensively.